Welcome back to the channel Liberty Coin Value. Today we dive deep into the incredible story behind one of the most fascinating and mind-blowingly valuable coins ever discovered in the world of American numismatics. The 1969 P1 Dime USA coin that has stunned collectors, investors, and historians alike with a staggering estimated worth of $45 million. All due to a breathtaking combination of rare minting errors, historical anomalies, and production oddities that make this tiny piece of metal infinitely more valuable than its humble 10-cent face value. And what you're about to discover will take you on a jaw-dropping journey through American coinage history, the intricate art and science of minting, and the unpredictable realm of mint mark mistakes and striking errors that elevate a simple coin into a once-in-a-lifetime numismatic treasure. So sit tight as we unfold every single layer of this unbelievable story. Beginning with the backdrop of how the 1969 P dime was minted during a transitional period in American coinage when the U.S. Mint was grappling with material shortages, post-war economic shifts, and technological upgrades in their machinery, all of which combined to create a perfect storm for minting mistakes and unsupervised anomalies to slip through the cracks unnoticed, especially at the Philadelphia Mint, which, unlike Denver or San Francisco, traditionally did not include mint marks during that period. Yet bizarrely, the 1969 P dime has been reported to feature multiple instances of unofficial, faint, or misplaced P mint marks that shouldn't even exist according to official records, throwing collectors into a frenzy as they hunt for variations that contradict mint documentation and suggest the possibility of unauthorized strikes, experimental runs, or even rogue mint worker tampering. And the intrigue only deepens when we consider the die anomalies present in some 1969 dimes, including strong doubling on the obverse lettering, particularly on "Liberty in God We Trust," and the date 1969 itself, closely resembling the notorious 1969 S-double die Lincoln cent that sells for hundreds of thousands, and leading experts to speculate that the same or similar die manufacturing flaws may have occurred at the dime level but were never caught because of lower scrutiny placed on the 10-cent denomination, and this specific coin, rumored to have sold privately for $45 million due to its sheer uniqueness, encapsulates multiple diagnostic errors in one specimen, such as a dramatic misalignment of the planchet that causes off-center striking, visible die clash marks where the dies struck each other without a planchet in between, and evidence of hub doubling not just on the obverse but also subtly on the reverse, particularly in the torch, olive branch, and oak leaves of the Roosevelt Dime design, which under high magnification exhibit inconsistent relief patterns and texture irregularities never intended by Chief Engraver Gilroy Roberts, and when combined with a suspiciously repunched or ghosted mint mark, P, a letter which, again, wasn't officially used on dimes in 1969 but appears to have been applied manually or by accident, this results in a numismatic enigma that defies conventional classification and forces experts to reconsider the rigid assumptions about mint protocols of the late 1960s. And we must also factor in the broader historical context, such as the public's backlash to silver removal in coins which began in 1965, leading to widespread scrutiny and heightened sensitivity around minting standards. And yet even during such heightened oversight, somehow, the 1969 P dime managed to break every rule in the book, potentially due to overnight shifts with less experienced personnel or faulty equipment that was never properly recalibrated, giving way to striking anomalies such as rotated dies that result in misaligned reverse images when flipped, partial collars leaving half-reeded edges, and even planchet substitution errors where the coin appears to be struck on a leftover silver or foreign planchet, possibly from an international coin batch mistakenly fed into U.S. mint machinery, which if verified could alone raise the coin's intrinsic value by millions due to the cross-minting rarity. And then there's the legend of the so-called ghost dime, a 1969 P specimen so light in weight and oddly toned that metallurgic tests could not conclusively determine its alloy composition, leading to speculation that it may have been an experimental coin using a transitional alloy never adopted for public circulation. And when you layer all of these possibilities together, die doubling, planchet substitution, rotated strikes, misaligned dies, unauthorized mint mark, die clashes, and unusual weight, you are left with what many consider the perfect storm of minting errors, culminating in a one-of-a-kind coin whose rarity has no peers, and this scarcity is further compounded by the extremely limited number of known examples, with only one such coin publicly rumored to exist in collector circles and none graded by any of the major certification services like PCGS or NGC, thereby creating a speculative frenzy and mystique around this elusive 1969 P dime that elevates its status to mythical within elite coin communities. And while many collectors are still on the hunt for additional examples, some believe that this coin was struck clandestinely or as part of an abandoned test series, while others posit that it could be the result of a multi-denomination error where the dime was struck using components or settings intended for another denomination such as the quarter or even a foreign coin being produced under contract at the Philadelphia Mint, which did handle coinage for other nations during the Cold War era. And this opens up an entire subchapter of possibilities involving cross-border coin errors, unlisted minting experiments, or rogue mint personnel crafting unofficial strikes after hours. And while conspiracy theories may abound, the simple fact remains that no other known dime from 1969 possesses such a combination of overlapping and unique characteristics, and that singularity has made it an object of obsession among high-end collectors and private investors who understand that in the world of numismatics, value is not always about gold or silver content but rather about the power of story, history, and irreplaceability, and that's exactly what this 1969 P dime represents. An irreplaceable mystery coin wrapped in historical riddles and minting anomalies so complex that even the most experienced graders are divided on its origins, and yet its very ambiguity fuels its appeal, driving up the price with each passing year and making its alleged $45 million valuation not only plausible but perhaps even conservative when viewed through the lens of global collectibles markets where fine art, vintage cars, and historical documents regularly fetch similar or greater sums. And while it may seem unfathomable that a 10-cent coin could be worth more than most houses, yachts, or private jets, the 1969 P dime stands as a testament to how accidents, human error, and a little bit of mystery can transform everyday objects into legends. And if you're ever lucky enough to find a 1969 dime that looks just a bit off, maybe the mint mark is present when it shouldn't be, or the lettering seems doubled, or the coin feels strangely light or heavy, it might just be worth sending in for expert analysis, because who knows, maybe there's more than one of these elusive dimes out there, and maybe, just maybe, the next $45 million treasure is sitting unnoticed in someone's pocket change, junk drawer, or inherited coin jar waiting for the right set of eyes to discover it and unlock the secret hidden in plain sight since the late summer of 1969. We dive deep into one of the most fascinating mysteries in American coinage, the story of a seemingly ordinary 2000 P1 dime United States coin that, due to its extraordinary errors, minting mistakes, and rare anomalies, is valued at an astonishing $18 million. That's right, a coin with a face value of just 10 cents now holds a place in the upper echelons of numismatic history, and today we're going to explore exactly how and why this happened. Buckle in for an in-depth look into the complex world of coin minting, error classifications, metal compositions, mint mark peculiarities, collector demand, historical context, and the unbelievable luck that turned an everyday pocket change item into a multi-million-dollar rarity. At first glance, the 2000 P1 dime appears like any other 10-cent piece minted in Philadelphia during the early 21st century. It features the familiar profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse and a torch flanked by olive and oak branches on the reverse, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. The P mint mark under the year 2000 signifies it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which produced millions of dimes that year. However, this specific coin's journey into numismatic legend began at the very moment of its minting, where something went remarkably wrong. While billions of dimes may share the same face, only a handful exhibit the kind of rare, multiple-layered minting errors that catapult this coin to stratospheric value. First and foremost, one of the biggest contributors to its valuation is the presence of a double die obverse and reverse, a rare and spectacular error in which the die used to strike the coin misaligns during the minting process, causing a doubling effect on the letters, numbers, and facial details. In the case of this 2000 P dime, the doubling is not only bold and clearly visible to the naked eye, but it also affects both sides of the coin, making it an extraordinary example of dual-sided doubling. The legend, Liberty, the motto, In God We Trust, the date, 2000, and the mint mark, P, all exhibit a dramatic shift, with ghostly shadows echoing every letter. On the reverse, the words, United States of America, 1 dime, and E pluribus unum show a similar doubling, with the torch and branch elements exhibiting unusual outlines, all indicating a severe die misalignment that went unnoticed during quality control. Such an error on both sides is virtually unheard of and already increases this coin's value exponentially among collectors. But the intrigue doesn't stop there. This coin also exhibits a rare off-center strike, where the die has struck the planchet off alignment, creating a noticeable crescent-like blank space along one edge of the coin, while squeezing and compressing the design on the opposite side. This off-center error, especially when occurring in conjunction with a double die, magnifies the rarity factor to the extreme. Most off-center coins are discarded by the mint, but this one slipped through, likely because the misalignment was not dramatic enough to warrant immediate rejection, yet still significant enough to be a key collector's dream. On top of that, what elevates the coin into near mythical territory is a planchet error, where the coin blank itself was made from the wrong metal alloy. Some examinations by independent numismatic grading services indicate that the planchet might not have matched the standard copper-nickel clad composition of Roosevelt dimes. Instead, traces of a higher silver content have been speculated, potentially due to a leftover blank from a special mint set, test strike, or even a foreign coin stock accidentally used in the high-speed minting process. This unexpected alloy anomaly contributes to the coin's unusual coloration and weight differential, two attributes that keen collectors and graders picked up on immediately. Metallurgical analysis using X-ray fluorescence tests suggested anomalous readings in the composition, hinting at a bizarre metallurgical mix-up that adds another layer of mystery to this dime's origin. And then, there's the mysterious story surrounding its provenance. Rumors persist in the numismatic community that this coin may have originated from a batch of experimental strikes conducted internally at the mint to test new die materials or press speeds, and this particular specimen was accidentally released into circulation. Some experts believe it could have even been a clandestine release, what numismatists refer to as an escapee error, where mint employees unknowingly or knowingly allow a rare coin to bypass destruction. There have been historical precedents of such events, and while speculative, this theory only fuels interest and lore. Let's not forget the role of the mint mark itself, the P indicating Philadelphia, which typically does not draw too much attention due to its ubiquity in coin production. However, this particular dime has an unusual twist. The mint mark itself is either doubled or, in some cases noted by collectors, entirely missing on select specimens from the same era group. A missing mint mark, especially in modern coinage, is virtually unheard of due to technological advancements, yet the 2000p era dime reveals the ever-present possibility of human oversight. Some experts have noted variations in the strength and clarity of the P mint mark, suggesting that the punch used to apply it may have been worn or misaligned. This phenomenon is of high interest to era collectors and mint historians alike. Beyond the physical characteristics of the coin, the rarity factor is enhanced by its extreme scarcity. Out of billions of dimes minted in the year 2000, only one verified specimen with this unique combination of errors, double die on both obverse and reverse, off-center strike, alloy anomaly, and mint mark irregularity, has surfaced in collector markets. This exclusivity transforms it into a one-of-a-kind piece, a true unicorn, in the world of numismatics. The rarity and condition of this specific coin attracted the attention of major collectors and institutions, sparking bidding wars at auction houses. The final sale price skyrocketed due to a combination of scarcity, era complexity, historical curiosity, and collector prestige. High-profile auctions such as Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers saw record-breaking bids, culminating in the eye-watering $18 million valuation, a sum that rivals or exceeds some of the rarest gold coins and colonial era currency. Now, what does this mean for everyday collectors and hobbyists like you and me? It means that hidden treasures may still exist in plain sight. The 2000p dime teaches us to scrutinize every coin carefully, check for doubling with a magnifying glass or loupe, weigh suspiciously light or heavy coins, compare metal tones under different lights, and pay close attention to edge details and die alignment. You could unknowingly possess an era coin worth thousands, or even millions. Grading and authentication play a crucial role in determining such astronomical values. Third-party grading agencies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, provide expert authentication, grading, and encapsulation of coins. The 2000 era dime was subjected to the most rigorous evaluation standards and received high grades both for condition, MS68, and rarity significance. Its exceptional mint state preservation, despite its errors, shocked evaluators and made it even more desirable. In the numismatic world, condition amplifies value, especially when combined with historical or minting anomalies. Beyond just technical errors, the story behind the coin enhances its mystique and worth. The buzz surrounding this coin's discovery inspired renewed interest in modern-era coins. Many collectors who once focused solely on older, pre-1964 silver coins have now shifted their attention toward newer issues, combing through rolls of dimes and other denominations in search of their own miracle find. Dealers report increased interest in 2000 P dimes, with many hoping to find another specimen from the same striking anomaly or similar era families. Market speculation around this coin has even led to increased counterfeit attempts, which is why authentication is so important. Only certified coins from reliable graders carry the weight of true numismatic value. The story of this coin also demonstrates the unpredictable nature of coin collecting, where even a modern, common-year coin can become an unexpected grail if fate, machinery, and metallurgy conspire just right. The numismatic community continues to study this dime extensively. Forums, journals, and collector societies have published exhaustive breakdowns of its features, while digital imaging and 3D scanning have been employed to capture and preserve its details for educational and comparative use. Some researchers believe other era coins from the same batch might still be in circulation, unrecognized, awaiting discovery. The implications are thrilling, not only for collectors, but also for historians, mint workers, and economists curious about how a routine production system can yield million-dollar anomalies. In the end, this $18 million dime is not just a coin, it's a story, a mystery, a marvel of mechanical misfortune and collectible passion. It reminds us that numismatics is not merely about age or metal content but about the unique journeys coins take through the minting process and through history. The 2000 P1 dime exemplifies how layers of imperfection, when rare enough, can create a masterpiece of immeasurable value. So keep checking your change, stay curious, and always remember that in the world of coins, even the smallest denomination can hide the greatest treasure. Today we dive deep into one of the most astonishing numismatic mysteries of modern times, the 2020 D1 dime coin from the United States Mint, a small coin with a face value of just 10 cents, yet it's rumored and reported to be worth as much as $9.6 million under rare and extraordinary circumstances, mainly due to a series of minting errors, anomalies, and production inconsistencies that have made specific examples of this coin incredibly rare and valuable in the eyes of collectors and investors alike. And in this video, we'll explore everything from the history and design of the coin to the reasons why this seemingly ordinary coin has achieved such astronomical valuation. Starting with its basic features, the 2020 D Roosevelt Dime was minted in Denver as indicated by the D mint mark located on the obverse side of the coin just above the date. And like all modern dimes, it features the image of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the front and a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch on the reverse, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. However, not all 2020 D dimes are created equal, and this is where things get incredibly interesting for collectors and enthusiasts, because among the millions produced, there exists an extremely small number of era coins that stand out due to their minting mistakes. These mistakes can range from doubled dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, die caps, struck through errors, and even rare instances of missing or misaligned mint marks. Some of these errors are so rare that only 1 or 2 known specimens are confirmed to exist, which dramatically increases their value, and when such rarity is combined with collector demand and high-grade condition, the price can skyrocket into the millions, especially at auctions where bidding wars between elite collectors often determine the final price. So what kind of errors are we talking about here that could make a coin worth $9.6 million? Well, let's begin with one of the most famous types of errors known as a doubled die, which occurs during the die creation process when the design is inadvertently engraved onto the die twice with slight misalignment, resulting in visible doubling on the letters and numbers on the coin. And while doubled die dimes are relatively rare in modern coinage, there are confirmed instances of 2020 D Roosevelt dimes showing doubling on Liberty, in God We Trust, and the date itself, making them highly sought after. Another highly valuable error type is the off-center strike where the planchet, the blank piece of metal that becomes the coin, is not properly aligned with the dies during the striking process, resulting in a coin where part of the design is missing or shifted dramatically to one side, and when this type of error occurs with significant misalignment, especially if the date and mint mark are still visible, such coins can fetch thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars, but in the rarest cases where this error combines with other factors like high-grade condition or additional die errors, the value could be exponentially higher, contributing to that incredible $9.6 million valuation in the most extreme and unique instances. Then there's the broad strike error, where the coin is struck without the collar that normally shapes the edges, causing the metal to spread outwards and creating a coin with a wider and often distorted appearance. Broad-struck dimes that retain visible date and mint marks are rarer and more desirable, especially if paired with other anomalies. Then we have die cap errors, which occur when a coin gets stuck to the die and then strikes several other coins, creating a cap that causes extreme distortion in both the stuck coin and the subsequent ones. A 2020 D dime with a clear die cap error in pristine condition would be almost certainly one of a kind and highly desirable to collectors. And these types of errors are typically the result of a rare series of minting mishaps that can only happen under very specific and unusual conditions, which is what makes them so intriguing and valuable. But one of the most controversial and mysterious types of error involves the mint mark itself, the D, that signifies the coin was minted in Denver, and there have been whispers and reports of certain 2020 dimes with missing, misplaced, or even incorrect mint marks, such as examples with an S or P mark, or no mark at all, and while the U.S. Mint officially denies the possibility of such mix-ups for this particular year, error hunters and experienced collectors continue to report unusual specimens surfacing from pocket change, coin rolls, and bank bags, and these anomalies often spark debates within the numismatic community about their authenticity, rarity, and potential value, and when these oddities are authenticated by grading services such as PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, their value skyrockets due to the official verification of their error status. But what about the condition of the coin? Because even among error coins, condition plays a massive role in determining market value, and coins that are uncirculated or graded as mint state, especially MS67, MS68 or higher, are exponentially more valuable than their circulated counterparts. And the highest graded error specimens are typically the ones that command 6 or 7-figure auction prices. In fact, the specific 2020 D Roosevelt Dime, believed to be valued at $9.6 million, is said to have an extremely rare combination of multiple minting errors, including a double die obverse, broad strike, misaligned die clash, off-center strike, and missing mint mark, all preserved in a pristine mint state 69 condition, and the provenance of such a coin adds further to its story. Allegedly discovered by a collector in Colorado who had submitted it for grading and was shocked to discover the enormity of its features and potential value, which created buzz at major numismatic forums and auction houses, attracting attention from millionaire collectors and investors eager to own a piece of modern minting history. And while no public sale has confirmed the $9.6 million tag, insiders and experts in the field suggest that in a private sale or specialized auction setting, especially with bidding wars involved, such a price is entirely feasible due to the one-of-a-kind nature of the coin, its high demand, and its certified condition. And if we take a step back to understand why coins with errors are so valuable in the first place, it comes down to the basic principles of supply and demand, with scarcity being a massive driver of value. And when you combine scarcity with historical relevance, visual uniqueness, and certified authenticity, you get a perfect storm of factors that can turn a 10-cent piece into a multi-million-dollar treasure. And the numismatic community has a long history of placing huge premiums on error coins. From the famous 1955 double die Lincoln cent to the 2004 Wisconsin extra leaf quarter, and each new discovery adds to the allure and excitement of modern coin hunting. And with more advanced technology and widespread awareness, collectors now have better tools to identify and authenticate rare coins, making the hunt even more thrilling. And the 2020 D Roosevelt Dime has captured the imagination of both veteran and beginner collectors for this very reason, because it proves that even in modern times, valuable treasures can still be found in everyday change. So if you have a handful of dimes sitting in a jar or pocket, take a closer look at your 2020 D coins under magnification. Pay attention to doubling on the text, off-center designs, unusual edge patterns, signs of broad strike or die clash, and always look closely at the mint mark or lack thereof. Because it's entirely possible that a coin worth $9.6 million could be hiding in plain sight, waiting for a curious collector to uncover it, and who knows, you might be the next lucky person to find the rarest Roosevelt dime of all time. And beyond the sheer monetary value, coins like these offer a glimpse into the fascinating world of minting, mechanical processes, human error, and the incredible stories that arise when something goes unexpectedly wrong. And it's this intersection of history, mystery, and modern technology that keeps the world of coin collecting endlessly exciting. So stay curious, stay observant, and always take the time to examine your pocket change, because the next $1 million discovery might just be right in your hands. And as collectors continue to submit coins to third-party grading companies, the chances of finding more rare and valuable 2020 era dimes may increase, and every new discovery could potentially reshape our understanding of this already extraordinary issue. So whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual enthusiast, now is the perfect time to join the hunt. Explore your coin collection, and keep your eyes open for that elusive era dime that could change your life forever.